The voice of sharing during ASEAN.
ASEAN Dailies. First and foremost news from Southeast Asia.
Good morning, this is Arlene and you are with us at Durian ASEAN. And in our ASEAN Daily, as usual, we'll bring you news from Southeast Asia. Before we go to Southeast Asia, let's stop by Chile. Millions evacuated as 8.3 magnitude earthquake strikes Chile. At least 5 people are dead now after a strong magnitude earthquake struck the center of Chile, with the epicenter located about 228 kilometers north of the capital, Santiago. The United States Geological Survey put the shallow offshore quake at a magnitude of 8.3 and said it hit just 228 kilometers north of Santiago, a city of 6.6 million people. The quake, which struck at 7 in the morning, or around 6 in the morning at Malaysian time, hit at a depth of 8 kilometers. And the United States Geological Survey also added that seismologists also reported multiple aftershocks, some of them above 6. And the Chilean government is putting the main earthquake at 8.4 on the Richter scale. Hardest hit Ilpel, a coastal city of 30,000, saw its electricity failed and several homes were damaged. In coastal La Serena, in the north of Chile, people were running in all directions. This is according to resident Gloria Navarro. And on the other hand, going back to Southeast Asia, let's focus on the Philippines. Breaking news on the Philippines politics as election moving on. New candidate, Grace Poe, she's actually a popular Filipino senator, announced her bid for presidency. A popular Philippine senator and daughter of one of the country's most famous movie couples announced Wednesday that her candidacy in the next presidential election, and promising to defend disputed territories in the South China Sea and speed up internet connection. I think that's what everyone in Southeast Asia wants, not just in the Philippines. And Grace Poe has topped recent popularity surveys and is likely to be among at least 3 main contenders to succeed President Benigno Aquino III, whose 6-year term ends in June, and in one of the Asia's most rambunctious democracy. We'll take one short break. When we return, we'll discuss more on the political side of Southeast Asia.
ASEAN Dailies. First and foremost news from Southeast Asia.
Welcome back. This is Arlene, and talking about Southeast Asia, China is to set up fund for internet cooperation between China and ASEAN, and a special fund will be allocated for internet and telecommunications infrastructure and will be set up by the Chinese government to link China to members of the Association of Southeast Asian Nations. This is according to Lu Wei, Minister of the Cyberspace Administration of China. Lu said that the fund is actually supposed to promote 21st century maritime Silk Road, which is what China government is currently focusing right now in its economic blueprint to the world, as well as boost the overall technological level in the region. According to the plan, China will establish Nanning as a base for the China-ASEAN Information Harbor. The base will consist of 34 projects worth 20.9 billion yuan, or equivalent to 3.3 billion US dollar. There exists a sizable digital gap between developing Asia and the West. He even cited that a total of 700 million Chinese and 400 million Southeast Asians still have no internet access. And he even said that one of the goals of the accelerated infrastructure construction is to bring more efficient corporations for the sharing of information on finance, education, healthcare, science, research, and disaster prevention and relief. On the other hand, talking about disaster, Indonesia have arrested executives of haze-causing companies. This is due to the recent haze that has affected countries, not just Indonesia, but also its neighboring Malaysia, Singapore, Brunei, and even Thailand. And Indonesia has arrested executives from 7 companies accused of being behind illegal fires, causing air pollution in the region. Correspondents say such arrests are rare, but could result in fines and prison sentences up to 15 years. Haze caused by forest fires is an annual problem in Southeast Asia, but this year has been one of the worst in Indonesia. Indonesia had declared a state of emergency in Riau province and nearby countries that are also affected. Malaysia and Singapore have seen deteriorating air quality from the haze, which stretch hundreds of kilometers across Southeast Asia. Moving on to another news. Thailand bomb blast put spotlight on China crackdown on Uighur. In a series of information updates, Thai police say that the key suspect in the August 16 bombing, which killed 20 and cast a pall over the country's sunny side, was involved in the trafficking of Muslim Uighurs out of China. When Thai authorities this week linked to the trafficking of Chinese Muslims with the deadly bomb blast at the Bangkok temple, they placed the horrific attack square inside a much larger issue facing China, which has witnessed mounting hostility among the minority Uyghur people. And Thailand in July deported 109 Uighurs back to China amid a broader crackdown on human smuggling that followed the discovery of mass graves inside Thai borders. The attacks may have been reprisal. Thai National Police Chief Somyat Phumphunmjung said when they were blocked from using the country as a pathway, they turned to take action against us with anger. And he also added and said he does not think that it is right. Moving on to another news also in Thailand. Thai Sea Police claim self-defense after deadly Vietnam fishermen clash. Thai Marine Police said that they opened fires on the Vietnamese fishing boat after trying to intercept another vessel in waters near Malaysia last week. A clash, Vietnamese state media said, killed a fisherman and wounded 2 others. But according to the authorities, they have no intention of killing anyone. They fire only warning shots from 100 meters away, and they only shot at the front of the boat. This is what was being told to Reuters by phone. And the Vietnamese fishing boat came into the Thai waters illegally. Police have to arrest them. Officials from the 2 countries were quoted on Wednesday giving starkly different accounts of the incident, and Vietnamese Communist Party media said it could eventually be addressed at a diplomatic level. Vietnamese fishing boats, which number at an estimated of 100 and 28,000 have repeatedly clashed with Chinese vessels in the disputed South China Sea, but incidents involving Thai boats are rare, in fact. And moving on to another news about ASEAN. Well, Norway ASEAN have finally formed a partnership. Norway has become the first European country to enter into a formal partnership with the ASEAN trading bloc. The Northern European country have been accepted as a sectorial dialogue partner, a move that was announced at the recent ASEAN meeting in Kuala Lumpur. The ASEAN Free Trade Area, including Brunei, Cambodia, Indonesia, Laos, Malaysia, Myanmar, the Philippines, Singapore, Thailand, and Vietnam. Borch Brand, Norway's foreign minister, has called the new Norway-ASEAN partnership extremely positive, as it will help to grow the ASEAN partnership, to grow the opportunities available for Norwegian companies in the fast emerging Southeast Asian markets. Many of the nations in the region are home to some of the world's fastest growing middle classes and thus have growing consumer markets, making them attractive export destination. I totally agree with that. So, well, another interesting development in terms of ASEAN partnership to the world. We'll take one short break, and when we return, we will talk more on the economic side of Southeast Asia.
ASEAN Dailies. First and the foremost news from Southeast Asia.
Hey, this is Arlene. You're back with me again on the economic side of Southeast Asia. Singapore is ready if the Fed raise the rates. And this is according to a news by the Economists. Well, despite the current weak global economic climate, Singapore remains fundamentally strong and is likely to marginally impacted if the Federal Reserve raises interest rates. This is according to Economists that is evaluating Singapore's economy, even as economists remain divided on whether the Federal Reserve will raise interest rates amid an environment already challenged by slowing Chinese demand and financial market volatility. There is one thing market watchers here agreed on, that Singapore is ready for it when it happens. A move by the Fed would signal confidence in the world's largest economy, potentially boosting risk appetite among investors and smoothing on some of the volatility in the stock markets. Any subsequent gains in the dollar against the Singapore currency could also provide a fillip to exports. Despite the current weak global economic climate, Singapore economists say that remains fundamentally strong and is likely to marginally impacted. Well, moving on to news about Vietnam. Vietnam is definitely gearing up for the ASEAN market. For example, at the Joy Entertainment in Ho Chi Minh City, the co-founders of the internet game developer have a meeting and seated in a cushion arranged in a circle on the floor. The firm's top game, designed by people whose average age is only 22, has been downloaded more than 2 million times globally. Across town, Ticketbox develops software platforms to sell event tickets. The startup is just 20 meters from an office of the local People's Committee of the Communist Party of Vietnam. Yet, it is entrepreneurial capitalism at its best and has just been expanded to Thailand and Myanmar of its operational office. For the vibrant net-based startup, Free trade agreements mean little. The world is already borderless. For the rest of Vietnam's wider economy, it is bureaucracy. Free trade is more of a challenge. Businesses and the government are scrambling to implement the changes required by the advent on the January 1st, 2016 of the ASEAN Economic Community, which aims to create a single market for the 10-nation ASEAN group. Observers say that much of the private sector is not ready for the AEC, and many firms have yet to grasp the reality of what the new regional market will mean in terms of opportunity and increased competition. The AEC will transform ASEAN into a single market and production base characterized by the free flow of goods, services and investments, as well as freer flow of capital and skills. ASEAN says on its Invest in ASEAN website. Well, rather than having 10 fragmented economies, ASEAN is creating a single market that will allow investors to increase their market reach to a total of 600 million population. Moving on to the Philippines. So the Philippines is delaying the ASEAN Open Skies. The Philippines remains the last holdout to sign the Open Skies aviation policy for the ASEAN group, one of the key measures to ensure air connectivity and increase visitor arrivals in the region. Arlene Clement, president of the ASEAN Travel Association, or ASEAN TAR, made the revelation during the recent Philippines Tourism Forum and urged the Aquino administrations to rectify the policy immediately. Our signing is, first and all, symbolic that we are already willing to be taken as ASEAN and that we are prioritizing economic benefits over protectionism. This is according to Arlene when she told the Business Mirror. So she also added that being an archipelago, the country will need connectivity with the rest of the neighbors in Southeast Asia, and as the Philippines grow its tourism as well as trade and business. Clemente, who is also president of Raja Travel Corporation, noted that the goal of ASEAN's current tourism strategic plan is to provide an increasing number of visitors to the region with authentic and diverse products, enhance connectivity, a safe and secure environment, increase quality of services, while at the same time ensuring an increased quality of life and opportunities for residents, through responsible and sustainable tourism development by working effectively with a wide range of stakeholders by 2015. We'll take a short break. When we return, we will move on to the social and cultural side of Southeast Asia.
ASEAN Dailies. First and the foremost news from Southeast Asia.
Hey, you're back with me again on the ASEAN Daily. So on the social and cultural side of Southeast Asia, we don't really have that much happening right now on Southeast Asia, but we do have some things that we want to highlight around the world. So first off, some interesting news coming out from China. Sperm banks entice donors with iPhone cash. Chinese sperm banks are trying to attract donors by offering men enough cash to buy a brand new iPhone. Chinese consumers' love for all things Apple is well established. The release of an earlier iPhone model was stopped on safety grounds in 2012 after a near riot outside of Beijing Stockage, where about 2,000 people had gathered, using the appeal of the new product to attract sperm donors. has caused much amusement among Chinese social media users. One of them said that, I don't know whether to take this seriously or not. Another one person on the Sina Weibo social media said, that's great. Well, we of course wonder why. And on the other hand, in Korea, half of South Koreans use their mobile phones while sitting on toilets. This is according to research conducted to promote Cologne health shows. And 7 out of 10 Koreans say that they defecate at least once daily and spend an average of 6.1 minutes on the toilet. The report by the Korean Social of Collaprotology and research company Micromembrane said. And the survey of 2,000 Koreans living in Seoul and metropolitan cities aged between 16 to 69 found out that 3 out of 10 that they have experienced constipation, while 8 out of 10 said smooth defecations help better the quality of everyday life. More teenagers surveyed, 8 out of 10 were found to be using their phones while on the toilet. There you go. Very interesting things happening all over the world. And that's all from us today. Thanks for listening. And of course, tune in to another show next week on our ASEAN Daily, where we bring you news from Southeast Asia. So all the best and have fun and have a great weekend.